Ready? Joy. Os. This is Journey to Black Belt with Charles, class number 2, and this class is a drill class. And we want to kind of go over briefly what we went over in the last class. We went over Zenkutsu-Dachi.
Zen-kutsu-dachi, I can say
He got it, Zenkutsu-Dachi. Oi-Zuki, Choku-Zuki, and those were the 3 things that we're working on. If you haven't looked at those techniques, go back to class 1 and check those techniques out, because this class is just going to be drilling. We will spend some time if we need to talking about them, but you really need class 1. So we're going to get started with this class. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a quick stretch routine where you put your feet together and we're just going to stretch down. And we're just going to let, Charles is going to let his body weight pull him down. And then what you want to do is you want to breathe in real deep and then exhale and try to go down a little bit lower. Great, just pull in the back of those legs a little bit. Now we're going to come up and probably put your feet about shoulder width. Okay, and stretch down in the center again. We'll just go straight down in the center. And once again, you can breathe in and exhale and let that air out and go down a little bit further if you want to. Main thing on stretching like this is you don't want to push yourself past your tendons past their limit. You do want to get that stretch in there, but not hurt yourself. So now we're going to put our feet a little bit wider. Then he's going to go down in the center again. Okay, after we go down in the center, we're going to shift over to your right. So you'll just shift over. And that'll be your left if you're mirroring Charles. Be sure and follow along with everything he's doing. He's going over to his left now. That'll be your right as you follow along on the camera, mirroring.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It might feel a little funny. You might feel a little goofy doing these things, but it's really important to stretch out these muscles, so you don't injure yourself, right?
Absolutely. And next thing we want to do is we're going to even go down a little bit further, get those feet up wider on out. And what I do is I kind of reach back toward back or behind you, get that stretch on down a little bit. Okay, good, and then back up. Okay, now kind of, clear our legs out a little bit. We're going to do a few jumping jacks now. We're going to do about 30 seconds of jumping jacks. So, ready, begin. So he's bringing all his hands all the way up, going all the way down. That's good. Okay, we got about 10 more seconds.
Give me more, I can do more, come on.
15 more seconds.
All right, just kidding, I'm tired.
Okay, good. Now we're going to do leg swings. Leg swings is another stretching exercise. We're going to get into Zen-kutsu-dachi. And we're going to step back. We're going to step back with our right leg. You're going to step back with your left. Okay, ready? Hup. We go back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kick straight through the center, come back down and set back down into Zenkutsu-Dachi. The way we're going to do this is we're going to put our hands at our side like this. Okay, sort of for balance. We come up and set back down. Very good. Now when you do this, one of the things you want to do is you want to keep this knee bent, not come up, not straighten it out. So my head's going to stay at the same level. when I make that kick. Yeah. There you go. Better. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Try to keep your legs straight. 3. This is purely a stretching exercise.
So we're not worried about technique right now. We're
just going straight up and straight back. And one of the other things, we're working on Zenkutsu-Dachi. So when he comes back down, he wants to make sure he sets down into a good stance. Okay, that's one of the difficulties with Zenkutsu-Dachi. You have to learn how to keep your stances consistent. Very good. Comes up and down. Good. Keep going. What number are we on here?
I haven't been counting. I've been trying too hard not to fall down. This is more difficult than it looks, guys.
Okay. All right, straight up, and straight down. Up and down. Okay, let's switch our legs. Up. Okay, now we're going to step back out into Zenkutsu-Dachi. Make sure you're in that good stance. Now, once again, that front knee up here is going to stay slightly bent, and your head is going to stay at the same level when you kick. One of the things that you need to learn when you kick is not to move your head when you kick, because if you're in a real fight and you're fighting somebody that really knows what they're doing, they're going to watch your head. So if you duck your head and kick, they're going to time you, and they're going to know what you're doing. So you want to learn how to kick without moving your head at all. Okay, up and down. Okay, up. There you go, that's better. Then all at the same time, he's having to concentrate on stepping back into Zenkutsu-Dachi.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which makes it a little bit more difficult.
And I'm not, there we go.
There you go, you got back in the stance that time. There. Good, so learning how to keep a smooth, my head at the same level, coming back and setting back down. Okay, getting back into that good stance.
How am I doing, John?
Okay, you're wiggling around a little bit too much. Yeah. What's happening is you're tensing up through your body. And you have to really be relaxed when you do this kick. This leg stays bent, right? So I come up. So your upper body should be relaxed is what it is. My upper body is relaxed when I make that kick. There you go. That's better. See? Okay, make sure your stance is good when you go back into it. Okay, good. Now let's come back up to Shizentai. Now here in Shizentai, we're going to go down into a squat. We're going to go down, come back up. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, very good. Now we're going to do an exercise called a high knee. In Shotokan, a knee strike is called hisageri. Hisageri is the knee. What we're going to do is we're going to get in our Zenkutsu-Dachi. So let's go ahead and get in Shizentai here. Okay, from Shizentai, we're going to step back into our Zenkutsu-Dachi. Good posture. I'm going to put my hands out in front of me. And I'm going to kick and I'm going to step back. I'm going to knee strike, hisageri, and step back into my Zenkutsu-Dachi. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, once again, watch my body movement here, Charles. I'm here. Okay, see how I'm relaxed up here. I'm grabbing hold of this guy, and I'm going into him. There you go. Yeah, I'm setting back into your Zenkutsu-Dachi. There you go.
So I definitely prefer these warm-ups to last week's, I think.
Okay, one more. Okay, switch legs. Get back into a good Zen-kutsu-dachi. He's going to step back. Good. Now you'll have to be aware in your mind. You know, you're going to make that knee strike and then you're going to have to set back. You know, it's a strike, set back. There you go. Strike, set back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Back into Shizentai. Okay, that feels kind of out of balance, doesn't it, when you're doing it? And that's real normal when you're first going. You know, when you first get going.
Yeah, I was having trouble standing up there at the end.
So the main way to get over that is you just have to work on that over and over and over, and start loosening up your upper body, and you know, be real relaxed in your movement. Like I talked about in the first class, you need to be really relaxed when you're doing these things. The only time that you become solid is when you make contact with the target. And so that takes some practice. Okay, let's do a few push-ups.
There we go, something I know how to do already.
Yeah, what kind of push-ups you want to do?
You call them out, Sensei.
Okay, ich, ni, san, yan, go, roko, nana, hachi, kyu, jiu. Okay, let's hit a few crunches. Now we're going to do something a little different. If you have a partner, somebody at the house, what he's going to do, why don't I show you right quick? Hold these pads for me. You want to hold them right up here in front of me. I'm going to get down and show you. You can get somebody, if you don't have some pads, you can use a pillow or whatever in front of you. My SI joint hurts today too. But I'm here, I have my hands up. I'm going to come up. Okay, double punch. Like that. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. On your feet. Good job.
Yeah, I definitely like those warm-ups. Better than last week's. Those are a lot more fun.
Good deal. Like I said, if you have a pillow or something at the house, you can get somebody to hold that up for you. Get you some pads. They're really good for this. Now we're going to have a quick review, sort of the last class, class 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call out techniques and follow along here. Charles is going to do the technique for us, and you can do the technique along with us. Okay, the first technique is Shizentai. Very good. Shizentai is natural stance. Okay, Musubi-dachi. Good. Now back to Shizentai. Choku-Zuki. Right, breathing out. Good. Very good. Okay, yame, which yame means stop. Okay, Now let's go into Zenkutsu-Dachi. Very good. Now, Oi-Zuki. Very good. Okay, Yame. Very good. So, if you have anything there that you stumbled on a little bit, Charles did great through that. You know, you can get somebody to call those out to you at home, which was a really good practice. Now we're going to start with our Kihon drill today. The first one that we're going to do is Choku-Zuki. Okay, Choku-Zuki is the straight punch. Okay, where we're punching straight out and we're going to the center of the body. Now you need to be relaxed. Okay, relax through this. You need to be relaxed in your upper body, but you need to have your core tight. My core is tight, and I'm not solid till I strike here. And also there's a little bit of a movement in the torso of the body when I'm doing this. And breathing. I didn't breathe. So what we're saying is we want to breathe on the preparation and exhale on the execution. That gets you to where your muscle memory on all the different things. Okay, so we're going to do 10 of those right quick. You'll do, why don't you do a side view for everybody here this way. Okay, we're going to do Choku-Zuki. Okay, prepare. Okay, ich, ni, san, yan, go, roku, nana, hachi, kyu, jiu. Okay, good. Now I'm going to take the pads. You can get a partner or whatever. Now Choku-Zuki is a straight punch, but we're going to move the target around. So he's going to have to adjust to the target. Right now we're punching right to the solar plexus when we do it in the air, but you may have somebody throw a punch at you. You know, like he throws a punch at me. That's Choku-Zuki right there. So he throws this punch out, I block. Okay, strike right to the bridge of the nose. So that's really what Choku-Zuki is. It's that quick, straight punch to the target. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a target up, and then you punch to the target. Okay, prepare. Good. Hup. Hup. Alternating hands. Hup. Good. Hup. 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 Good. Hup. 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 Good. Hup. 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 Okay, very good. Now relax. Did you feel tight?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, we'll do it again. We'll start out slow and then we'll speed up. He wants to concentrate on being relaxed in his upper body until he hits the target. Your breathing is good now. Okay.
And how about keeping our hands at the ready? Is that?
You want to keep your hands?
Okay.
Keep your hands at the ready. Ready? Hup. Good. You're more relaxed. Now relax again. Relax. Okay. Same thing. If when you're doing this along with us, we're going to make a punch and then we're going to relax. Hup. Okay. Relax. Hup. Good. That was. Your speed's increasing. Hup. Hup. Good. Hup. 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 Good. Hup. Good. Hup. 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 Relax. Hup. 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 Okay? Good. Excellent. So what we're trying to do is we'll make that punch and then we'll make sure that we're relaxed and keep working on that. Before long you'll just be doing it in and you'll be relaxed except when you make the strike. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. That's Choku-Zuki. Now we're going to work on Zenkutsu-Dachi. And we're going to do a drill that's called a 3-2-1 drill. And in a 3-2-1 drill, I'll kind of go back here. Charles can go across this way for us. Now in a 3-2-1 drill, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step out to begin with. Then it's going to be 1, where my feet are together. 2, and this is called Moto-dachi. And 3, I step on out into the full Zenkutsu-dachi. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so to start with, Charles, why don't we move back a little bit so we can get a few steps across here. Okay, follow along with him. He's going to step out into the full Zenkutsu-dachi with his right leg. There you go. Now 1, we bring our feet together. His knees are bent. That's good. 2, Moto-dachi. Moto-dachi is a halfway stance. See, it's like he's in a box here. The distance is the same. Zenkutsu-dachi is a rectangle. You know, your legs are further apart this way than this way. But in Moto-dachi, they're very similar. Okay, it's like a square right here. Okay, now the full stance. Okay, good. Now 1, 2, Moto-dachi. 3, step on out. There you go. Got good angle on the foot here. Okay, 1. That's ich, ni, Moto-dachi, san. Good. Now we're going to go backwards. Ich, ni, Moto-dachi, san. Good. Remembering our posture. Ich, ni, san. You want to step back a little bit more. There you go. Ich, ni. Good. San. Very good. Great stance. Okay, back to Shizentai. Good. Now that's the 3-step. Now we're going to do it in 2. Okay, so he's going to step out into the full stance first. Okay, here we go. He steps out. He's in Zenkutsu-dachi. That's good posture. Okay, so now it's going to be ich, feet together, ni, full stance. Good.
Step a little harder.
Yep, a little harder. Ich, ni. Good. Now we're going to go backwards. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. Okay, good, very good. Now we're going to go forward again. Ready? Ich, ni. Good. Ich, ni. Going backwards. Ich, ni. Ich, ni. Very good. Now that was 2 steps. Now we're going to go to 1 step. 1 step is where we step all the way through. Okay, ready? Step. Okay. Hup. Good. Hup. Hup. Okay, now we're going to go backwards. Hup. Okay, what's wrong with that stance?
It's not wide enough?
Not wide enough. Yeah, needs to be out some. There you go. Hup. Oh, that's a good stance. Hup. Okay, good. Yame, which yame means to go back to Shizentai. Okay, very good. So you want to do these, you know, even if you have just I remember in the house that I had like a hallway. you know, I went up and down that hallway because it kind of gave me you know, some bearings about where I should be as I go down. So if you don't necessarily have to have a big room in your house to practice them. And if you can only go, say, one step forward, you know, you can at least go one step forward, get that stance good, one step back.
Absolutely.
And switch your feet around, one step forward.
And you guys may not be able to see, but I actually have some lines here on these mats that are really helping me out. So I think if you are able to put some lines on the ground at home, it's going to really help you keep consistency in those stances. It's helping me out as a guide.
Right, and all you GMAU students, you'll see in the lessons I have training lines, and we're going to put some training lines again down in here a little bit later on, but we can see the lines here on the mats. You probably can't, but we'll put some on here that you can see. I put the lines about 28 inches apart from center to center on the lines and use them. Which may be a little different than what we have in here. But look on the lesson videos in the GMAU and you'll see how I've got different setups of those training lines. So they are very helpful. So he's learned a little drill there, you know, that he can take home and do this.
So is this what people should use to practice getting their stances consistent, and this is how they should build up the strength in their legs? And
absolutely. Students aren't paying enough attention to their leg strength, to their core strength, and to can you feel the balance?
Yeah, definitely from this lesson to last lesson, I had some time to practice in between since, you know, our last shoot. And yeah, I mean, just a little bit of practice, you know, here and there. I don't know, what do you think is a good amount of time?
I don't know. The way I trained is I worked on it till I was confident, felt confident in it. You know, we have these minimum times and things in the GMAU. They are just a minimum. And I never really went by, honestly, I never really went by a time frame like that. If I had something that was an issue for me, like a stance or any type of technique, I worked on it twice as hard as I did all the other techniques, and I spent twice as much time on those techniques. So it's really however long it takes you to feel confident. If you're still bobbling around when you're doing that stance, you haven't put enough, in my opinion, you haven't put enough time into.
Yeah, and I think it's going to come a lot faster than you guys think, at least in these first lessons here with the stances, because I've maybe had about 30 to 45 minutes of time to work on that front stance since the last time we shot, and I already feel more confident in it.
He's come a long way on it.
It's going to come faster than you guys think if you just, you know, do what Sensei Jon says here.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Oi-Zuki, which is the last element that we're going to train with. And we're going to do something very similar here. We're going to go back and forth. First, we're going to go this way. I'm going to let Charles go this way. And you can mirror him. He's going to step out. He can step out with his left leg first. And we're going to do Oi-Zuki, okay? So he's going to step out into Zen-kutsu-dachi first. So follow along with him. Now from here, we're going to mark the target. Remember in Oi-Zuki, he's going to be stepping out with his right leg here, which would be your left leg. So he's marking his target, which would be to the center of his body here. Right through the center of his body. Now, before you even move, you need to work on this translation in your body here. You know, get that through your mind that you're fixing to have to. There's going to be some movement there. So you're pulling here and going there. See how my torso is moving some? I'm here. And remember, you come right from the side of your body and go straight out to the target. There you go.
Yeah, and that's something that I also had to work on my own at home, was concentrating on keeping the elbow in, because I don't know if it'll be the same for you guys, but I really want to pop that elbow out and swing out. So training my elbow to stay in is something I've been working on since our last session.
Yeah, so if I'm going to punch here, I'm going to go straight here. See, it's coming straight from the side here and go straight to the target, straight into the target strike. And he's doing that now. So yes, he was looping in the first class, which is something we don't need to do. Okay, now we're going to add our step to it. And so he's going to step through and strike. Very good. Let's do that again. He's going to aim at the target, step out, mark the target. Okay, step through and strike. Breathe, okay, and exhale. Very good. Now mark the target again. Okay, step through and strike. Very good. Now he's going to go backwards.
Are you throwing a curveball at me?
We're here. We're going to step back through. Strike. Yeah, so it is sort of a curveball.
Absolutely. Everything was off. My stance was off.
It's
my
different.
punch was off. Okay.
Because this is supposed to be a lunge punch, right? There you go. Good. Now let's go back to Shizentai. Let's come down here. We can go across here again. We could actually go ahead and mark the target, step out, and strike. Good. Now we're going to go on across the floor. Ready? Hup. Now when you punch, you want to make sure that your arm is just slightly down, because it's like you're punching right here to somebody's solar plexus, the same as your solar plexus. Okay, ready? Hup. There you go. Ready? Hup. Okay, now going backwards, which is the challenging part. Ready? Hup. Good. Good shift there at the end. Hup. There you go, adjust. Ready? Hup. Okay, good. Now we're going to go forward again. Ready? Hup. Good. Hup. Hup. Yeah, watch your leaning forward. Okay, we're going to go backwards. Ready? Hup. There you go. See, he's getting everything in place. Ready? Hup. When you're just learning how to do this, you need to go slow. Make sure that you're getting your stances right. Make sure you have your posture, and make sure you're punching to the right. Your target is correct.
Absolutely. And don't get discouraged, guys, because I'm making all kinds of mistakes here. I know John sees them, and he probably doesn't want to get on me, but you're going to make some mistakes, and you're going to have to do some self-corrections, especially if you don't have your sensei here to do it for you.
That's right. Yep. Ready? Hup. There you go. That's good. Okay. Y'all may? Very good. He did a little bit of an energy exercise there too that we teach. We'll do that together. This is called a focus and a recharge. This is a really important technique to learn. I use it in lots of different ways. One is if I get really tense, or I get angry, or I get any high emotion, I can take and do a focus and recharge. And what I do is I place my hands out in front of me like this, and I pull that energy into my body, and I tighten up, and I inhale at the same time. So we inhale like this, then I release and just let it go. So you just let it all drain out, and then you push back and just let it go. And what that does is that automatically calms you down and automatically recharges your solar plexus area. You're down 10 in your solar plexus.
And taking a minute to breathe and focus on what I'm going to do next, definitely helps me, stay, in these lines and stay taking the proper steps. Anytime I start to feel like I'm messing up and get flustered, it only gets worse. Taking a breath, when we were doing these, taking that deep breath before the Oi-Zuki and thinking about what I'm going to do and visualizing it really helped me, stay on these lines and keep focused.
Yeah, that's real important stuff. And like we're doing here, see, he's not blazing through this, and you shouldn't either. I mean, you need to take your time and do each technique and make sure each technique is the way it ought to be. And then you speed up. So, you started a real slow process on everything. I mean, I can remember doing that all the way through black belt, even on very advanced katas. What I do is I break them down and do them really slow to make sure that I'm getting all the techniques and everything correctly. And start out doing those things really slow for a long time. And then I speed up and put power and speed and all those things behind it. So you don't want to make the mistake of going too fast and glossing, glossing over things. And a lot of students do that. Now we're going to do a quick cool down. We're going to do a quick cool down now, and it's very similar to the beginning. We just want to stretch so we don't have anything tighten up after class. Now we can just hang 10. So they say we just hang here. Kind of loosen up. And what you can do here is inhale. Now raise up. Put your hands on your hips, arch back and exhale. Good. And then stretch over to your right and stretch over to your left. Good, and back up. Okay, you can turn. What I'm going to do is a torso turn. I turn, stretch down, come up, then stretch over to the other direction, come back up, and we can go down. In fact, you can go all the way down if you want to and sit down. And kind of stretch your legs out. There you go. He can push out on his knees here. And just sit all the way back. And he'll stretch down here. Usually what I do is I stretch to the center like this, and then I'll pull my left or my right leg in, and I'll stretch out.
To the side?
Yeah, like that. And then I'll go to the other side and stretch. And good. And get on your feet and we're done. Okay, so we did some drills for you in this class. There's some stuff Charles can take now and work on them and continue to work on this till his first test on these first 3 elements. Next class is a techniques class where we're going to be working on Choku-Zuki, which is the reverse punch, Gedan Barai, which is a down block, and Agi Uke, which is the upper block.
Great. And I just want to say before we go, I want to talk to her if that's all right.
Sure.
When I'm practicing these, we've already mentioned it. I just want to give you guys some tips, things that are helping me. We talk about going slow, so taking your time through the techniques, really slow to get it down and get it in your head. Secondly is taking breaths and, making sure you're kind of visualizing what you're going to do. And those 2 things have been really, really key in just the small time I've had to practice so far and, helping me just improve the slide amount I have since the last time.
Excellent.
So I just thought that might help you guys out as well. All
right. Good. We hope you enjoyed class today. We did. And look forward to the next one. Let's all put our feet together. This is Musubi-dachi. Okay. Rei, which is bow. Yoi. And see, we stepped into Shizentai. And last thing we'd like to say is blessings to you and your family.